My name is Lindsey Sauerwein, and I am the rabbit manager at White Oak Pastures. We bring our rabbits out to pasture at around 6 or 7 weeks, and then they live out the rest of their lives here out on pasture. The majority of our rabbits are going to be housed in this rabbitat, and we fit 50 rabbits in here at a time. And they're able to benefit from eating all of the natural forage that we have here in South Georgia throughout the entirety of the year. We were trying to figure out a way of ensuring that the rabbits wouldn't escape and ensuring that there are no predators that are going to come in and get our rabbits from the outside. So the way that we worked around that was creating a 2 to 3 foot wooden panel with welded wire bottom, and we actually line the entirety of the outside of the rabbitat with that panel just to ensure that, if a rabbit does decide to try to test the boundaries, it'll give us a little bit more time to catch it, because we'll check these rabbits at least once a day, if not twice a day. And then more importantly, because we are here in South Georgia in a pretty rugged rural environment, we have all kinds of predators. We have foxes, we have bobcats, coyotes. So it was also really important to me to make sure that these rabbits are safe. In the original rabbitat, we maxed out at about 30 rabbits, and it was like a 20 by 20 structure. It was a modified carport. This was a mobile coop that we used to use for our chicken operation. So it is a lot larger. I think it's about 50 feet long and 20-ish feet wide. So we are now housing about 50 rabbits in here. Being out on pasture, I think, is the ultimate enrichment for these rabbits. Unlike conventional agriculture, they're not being housed in a cage where they're on a wire bottom or a plastic bottom. Out here, they're able to exercise all their natural instincts. They're able to dig. They're able to sit up on their hind legs, scan around, which is a natural rabbit instinct. And they're able to run and hop freely. But we also do provide them these blue hide holes that you can see. So these are really important, and I think these have been critical as well in enabling us not to have rabbits that want to dig out, because in these hide holes, they're able to almost mimic the structure of a burrow. So they're able to get into a nice, tight, dark space. And within that space, they feel safe and secure. The other thing that we have also been providing is these corrugated culvert pipes. So the rabbits really like these. It's like a little tunnel where they can rest in, run through. Out here on pasture is going to be the natural forage and forbs that we have out here. They're also provided daily with a non-GMO alfalfa-based pellet, but given the option, I think they'd prefer to eat the pasture. Rabbits, although they're really small animals, they require a lot of water. As far as getting these rabbits water out on pasture, we hook in just a regular garden hose to the spigots, and then we're able to tie in 16 different rabbit nipple waters. We have covered our flex tubing as it comes down to give the rabbits water with a PVC pipe, and so that functions in order to protect the tubing from the rabbits nibbling on it. We need to constantly move the rabbitat to give the rabbits fresh pasture. It's really important to us to try to mimic the natural environment. A rabbit out in the wild wouldn't typically stay in the same place, so we really need to make sure that we're constantly moving the rabbits. I think the biggest challenge was getting the coop out to the orchard, because we had to go down Highway 27 on the back of a semi truck and get it through some pretty tight spaces then, even when we were out on pasture. The other thing that we needed to do was just convert it from a chicken coop to more of the rabbit structure. So we had to take out all of the chicken coop feeders, waters, and created the rabbit setup. So other than that, it wasn't too difficult to convert this to a rabbit system, but it was definitely a struggle getting it out here. Similar with a chicken coop, you're gonna need a pretty large space that's flat. The smaller rabbit tractors are a great option if you can't have a larger rabbitat. But if you can, I definitely think creating a larger space for your rabbits is definitely worthwhile.